Linus Tech Tips coverage of CES 2015 is brought to you by Phantom Glass. Visit store.phantom.glass for the best darn screen protectors out there, as well as HyperX. Sometimes building the most extreme, ridiculous thing is more important, for whatever reason, than pure practicality, and this is the Gigabyte Waterforce, something I've only ever seen in pictures and videos before, and let me tell you, it looked impressive there, it looks much more impressive here. The way it works is you actually get an entire kit for $3,000. So this is not for the faint of heart, but you get an entire kit that includes an SLI bridge with illumination, 3 GTX 980 graphics cards, all of which are overclocked, a support brace for the 3 graphics cards. You get this front panel pass-through over here, and you get these 6 tubes and power module that run to this massive, like, cooling unit that sits on the top of your computer. So it's held on with little clamps here, and it's got a little fan in the, or it's got a little dial in the front where you can go ahead and you can like adjust your fan RPMs or something. I don't know what I'm adjusting. Yeah, select fans, turn those up, and you can adjust your pump RPMs. You can set a target temperature for your graphics cards. Pretty freaking cool stuff, and it even opens up. So you can pull off the front, pull up the top, and you can see that each of the graphics cards inside here actually gets its own single 120mm radiator. And then all those tubes come into the system, and then the radiators are cooled by 120mm fans that you can see I've actually lifted up off of the top of the rads here. So I'm going to put it back together since it's not actually going to be cooled very well if I take the fans all off the rads. But I guess what is there to say about this other than, wow. Speaking of things that are more about the extreme than the practical, this, my friends, is the X99 Super Overclock Champion board. They're just launching this here at the show, and it's got a whole bunch of features that most people are never going to care about, and it actually lacks some of the features that your more mainstream user might find important. For example, it only has 4 DDR4 DIMM slots instead of the standard 8 that you'd find on an X99 motherboard. Why, you might ask? Well, because it eschews spending up that space on the PCB for more DIMM slots in favor of much more robust power delivery, things like putting 6 times the gold plating that would be standard inside the CPU socket, DIMM slots, and PCI Express lanes, and building in some crazy overclocking features that the guys behind us are taking advantage of with liquid nitrogen cooling, trying to set some world records, overclock some X99 chipsets and some, you know, 5th generation 8-core processors as far as they can. And that is basically the point of this. Is this the most practical thing for, you know, your average guy who's going to drive 60, 70 miles an hour on the freeway? No. But if you want to feel like you could open it up and go 200 miles an hour, then I guess this might be for you, and it comes with a cool color scheme to match. Guys, thank you for checking out our look at Gigabyte's extreme gaming products here in their suite. Don't forget, our trip to the show is powered by Phantom Glass, the one and only screen protector you guys will ever need for your phone. It's made of Gorilla Glass, just like the screen that's already on your phone. That means it's clear. That means it's nice and smooth to touch. It's got that same oleophobic resistant coating so you don't get fingerprints all over the place, and it has a nano coating on the bottom that makes it pretty much impossible to apply with any bubbles stuck in it, and makes it so it can be taken off and reapplied if you ever need to RMA your phone or whatever else the case may be. You can learn more about it and order one at store.phantom.glass, which is linked in the video description, and also a shout out to HyperX. Those guys are also sponsoring us to be here at the show. You guys want to check out their YouTube channel at youtube.com/HyperX. They've got lots of great gaming content over there. We've got that linked in the video description as well. And make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of our CES 2015 coverage.